Hey guys, Maester Mike here, coming out of YouTube retirement just to make this one video because I'm pretty sure everyone knows by now. If you can see down at the bottom of the screen, little the Nintendo Switch 2 has finally been revealed. Don't mind this. This is just a little weird stretchy toy. My God, it's taken them way too long to unveil this. Like, I really think they could have unveiled this sometime last year. I know they said they wouldn't do it during their June direct that they had, but they could have done something like what they did with the first Switch reveal, like reveal it in October and have some sort of early year release. But hey, at least we got something out of it. And I know we had a bunch of those leaks earlier the last couple of weeks, but well, here we go, and we'll just take a look at this. Make it all big screen. So we got our old Switch. I already saw this video today, so I'm just watching it again. Because you gotta watch it multiple times. Bigger screen. I do like that little effect. So by the looks of it, you no longer slide the Joy-Cons in, which is a little disappointing. I like the little slide feature. Just got a lot of the same stuff. Although, what is that? Is that? Don't know what that plug's for. We got a new stand. Way better than that flimsy, stupid thing. I think they also had a better stand on the OLED model. Now it can go down that far. The switches are more elegant. I do wish that they had more of a bit bigger grip on it, because the old Joy-Cons are kind of weird to hold. Just too flat. You need more of a grip. Look at those little symbols around the control sticks. Hopefully they finally fix the stupid Joy-Con drift issue that they've had ever since this damn system's launched. Ooh, and the little that is coming out more. I'm guessing they have like a little magnetic feature so that it sticks in. That might be a little bit better pulling out instead of having to hold a button. Or maybe hold on a sec. Do they still have that little button to slide it out? I want to see. Wonder what that's supposed to be. Yeah, still looks very Joy-Con-esque. Buttons are buttons. Hopefully that control stick is better than the old Switch. Yeah, I'm guessing this is some sort of magnetic thing. Is that the new sound of the click? And I am honestly not a fan of the logo. It's just the old logo, but now they got a number 2 in front of it. They just took the old logo, is like, hey, up, move the little Joy-Con logo over the side. 2, done. That was a little loud. So we've got a little Mario Kart. Let's hope that this is Mario Kart 9 for... It has been way too long since our last Mario Kart. Like, it's kind of criminal. If you don't count Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which I kind of don't, we haven't had a new Mario Kart game in 11 years, which is unheard of. Like, if you do the math, every Mario Kart came out, like, I mean, they always had one every console generation, but they only came out, like, at least within 5 years of each other. This is and that's all we have. Just a little show off of the console. A vague date of 2025. At the very least, we can play our old Switch games on the new thing. Although it says certain games may not be supported or fully compatible with Switch 2. I really am a little concerned on that. I wonder what that exactly means. I mean, at least they show off Mario Bros. Wonder, Super Mario Bros. Wonder. If you don't mind me, if you want to be full technical. I do like the larger size of this. Looks like there's more screen size. And unfortunately, that's all we're getting for now. We won't know more until the 2nd of April, which you've held up back on this for so long. Why not show us more now? I want to know when this releases. Obviously, it's coming out sometime this year. Hopefully. If we're getting a direct in April, then maybe hopefully we don't have to wait till the end of the year. I'm hoping it'd be nice if we get something in June, but that may be a little bit wishful thinking. Hopefully we get something maybe September. I don't want to have to wait until November. And we got some hands-on events. I think they did that with the first system. But yeah, that's all we got. Just a little teaser. And I'm gotta say I'm a little concerned. Like, I know they don't want to play around too much with what they have with the Switch, because the Switch itself, if you just looking at best game consoles, the best-selling game consoles, at least according to Wikipedia, the Switch is, if you don't count the DS, is their best-selling home console of all time. I feel like they may. I wonder if it could outsell a DS at this point. Just a little 8 million units more. Man, they're so. I really would have loved to see if they could have outsold the PlayStation 2, but no, they just had to flex. They had to do a stupid flex a couple of weeks ago and say, like, if you looked at this page in the past, it just said the reported sales are over 155 million units, and then they just, a few weeks ago, they just made it, hey, we came to the final conclusion. The PlayStation 2 has sold 160 million units. So, basically, like, take that, Nintendo, which I hate that. They really feel like that was such a dick move. But yeah, I know that they don't want to mess with the formula right now because the Switch is their most popular selling system of all time, if you did count the DS, and they definitely don't want to have another Wii U situation on their hands, because if you don't recall, like, the Wii was their most successful home console of all time, selling 101 million units, and down here, the Wii U is all the way down here, having sold only 13.56 million units, and that is such a catastrophic failure on every front. Obviously, they're not going to try rocking the boat a little bit this time, and the Switch is their most, like, probably their most normie-friendly system, and it doesn't have any gimmicks that people don't throw a hissy fit over. It's just very simple. It's a system you can play on your TV, play on the go. And obviously, they don't want to mess with perfection too much. But I still feel a little underwhelmed by it, because every one of their systems have had something very unique to them, from like NES, Super Nintendo, 64, GameCube, Wii, even the Wii U to Switch. They all felt so unique, and now the Switch 2 is just going to be more of the same, and we've had this same system for almost 8 years now, almost as long as my current job. It's kind of crazy to think about. I just feel like we should have something new. Of course, they didn't show off everything with this little trailer here. They didn't show off any specs. I'm wondering what they could do, because the Switch is so far behind in technology, which may be both a blessing and a curse, because because games these days are just so stupidly expensive. They take like almost 10 years to make, and they cost hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. Version, like, it's just so untenable in the future. I feel like Nintendo's keeping things a little cheaper so that they can cut down on costs somewhat. But they still need to do something. Like, the Switch is less powerful than the PlayStation 4. Like, they need to do something more than that. Not saying they need to be PlayStation 5 level quality. I don't know what's more powerful, PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X and S. But they have to do something along those lines. I know that may raise costs more, and they've been good at their prices of their consoles. Like, they haven't had any system outside of, like, the deluxe. Like, how much did the OLED cost? Was that $350? Can't remember what the Switch OLED model cost. Does that have its own? Okay. Yeah, they haven't had a console that's more than $350, which I do wonder what that. Yeah, they've been really user-friendly for the most part. I don't think they want to make things as pricey as the PlayStation 5 Pro. $700 for that thing. My God. At the same time, they have to do something. They've been way behind on technology ever since the Wii. And that's been almost 20 years. And I hope they can show off more on what the system have. There's been a lot of leaks, and I know a lot of people have been saying that this system might have like a touchscreen component. It might have a little flip-up thing like a lot of smartphones do. I would like to see that, because that would at least make the porting DS games feasible. Because I can only imagine Like, they've been struggling to think. They want to port DS games, but their systems, so many of those games on that system relied on the touchscreen, and they've been scrambling their brains to think of that. Like, they've been able to. I'm glad they found a way to port something like Skyward Sword, The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, since that was such a motion control heavy game. They were able to find a way to both use the motion controls and also find a way to redesign the game to use regular controls. I'm glad for that, but something like the DS Zelda games, which so heavily require the touchscreen controls, I wonder if they could figure out a way to do that, to port it naturally. But yeah, we've waited way too long to learn anything reliable on this thing. I really think they could have showed off some information last year. Like, the last year of any Nintendo system tends to be pretty underwhelming. They kind of use that year as, like, they'll either show off or, like, release their next system. Last year, they really didn't have anything. Like, what did Nintendo have? I know they had stuff like... I really didn't play much on really any video games for that matter, but what did they have? Like, Princess Peach Showtime? The new Mario Party game? I'm not trying to sound super negative. I love Nintendo, but I don't know. I just felt like I wish they could have had something new, because this just feels like more of the same. Again, we've had this damn thing since 2017. This is my first ever console that I got on launch day. Yeah, this is the first console I ever got on launch day. I just wish we had more to it than just be another Switch. But hey, at least they showed something off. Again, I don't want to sound negative, but I just kind of wish we had more, but we'll likely see more when they show off in April, which I wish they could have shown off something in at least February. At least that wouldn't be that far of a wait, but at least we have something now, finally. And hell, we might actually get a brand new Mario Kart for the first time in over a decade. I do wonder if they have a way to improve certain games that are released on older systems, like how PlayStation does. Like, they have games that work fine on PlayStation, like PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5, and then they have it run better on the PlayStation 4 Pro or what have you. Is the PlayStation 5 even doing well? I don't know about that, but something like, say, God of War Ragnarok, which works decently well on the PlayStation 4 at 30 frames per second, but then you have the PlayStation 5 version that has that's obviously what the game was made for and can run at a full 60 frames per second. I'm really hoping they can do something like this. Like, we have Metroid Prime 4 coming out later this year. And I'd like to see if Xenoblade Chronicles X, which thankfully is coming out finally in a definitive edition, I wonder if those games could be enhanced. I really hope that they take that into consideration. Because some of these systems, like, we had Zelda Echoes of Wisdom that had a lot of slowdown, and when it really shouldn't have. Like, it's weird how they have games that should be optimized for these systems, and yet they just aren't anymore. Don't know why they... Oh yeah, that was another game that came out last year, Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. I can't believe I forgot about that. Yeah, I just felt like last year was a bit of a kind of underwhelming. But then again, I was also focusing on other stuff like writing. Anyway, that's all I have to say. At least we see something on the Switch too. So I hope you enjoy this, and if you want, you could check out my other YouTube account, if you don't mind. My other... I have another account called Crucial Chronicler. I happen to be a published author now, so if you want to check out some other stuff that I hopefully will do, then you can check this out too. And I don't think I need to figure out doing more on YouTube, because I need to grow an audience for stuff like this, and hell, just doing other gaming stuff. But that's all I have to say now. We'll see more on the Switch when we get more information later this year. So take care, guys. Bye.